otherwise in pretty good health. You had a heart bypass, but you weren't able to get around. You had a lot of trouble with back pain, is that right?
That's right.
Several years ago, I did a surgery on your lower back, and we took some pressure off your nerves, we fused the back, and you got a good result for a long time.
I did.
But then more recently, you had a lot of trouble standing, walking, and getting around.
That's correct.
And it was really painful.
It was.
And we tried everything we could. So then, rather than try and do a huge operation putting in rods and screws, we did a spinal cord stimulator.
That's correct.
How do you feel now?
Well, I feel so much better now that I can walk now. I can I can stand for a longer period of time without the problem that I was having before.
Has it changed your life?
Well, so far it's been a little bit early yet to tell, but from the time that we've accomplished this and did the work, I would say yes, it has.
Let's be clear for people. This is his first day to come back after having the battery put in, and we just took the staples out of the wound. But you're already noticing that you can stand up straighter and walk farther.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Well, this is a new technology, and there are a lot of people out there that don't understand that this is available to them. I'm going to have our videographer come over here and show your x-rays.
Okay.
Because it's going to be a good explanation as to how bad your back was and why we chose this at your age instead of maybe putting you through a 5 or 6 hour big operation.
Okay.
All right, so let's come over this way. So several years ago, we put in cages here at these two discs. They had been completely collapsed, and we fused them, and we took the pressure off the nerves, and we put in these little clamps in the back. And this fused his spine, and it's in a good position. But if you look up above here, he has a very markedly increased curve, and each one of these discs is profoundly degenerative. So if we were going to really do something to correct this problem, conventional wisdom would be that you'd have to put screws and rods in the entire length of his spine and all the way down here into his pelvis, which would be a big operation for a man who's 89. So instead what we did is we just put in this little electric device that runs right here next to the spinal cord, and we're going to look at this from the front. And here's where it is, right in the center, and this comes to some battery pack down here. And you can see these wires are where his sternum was cut for his heart surgery. So he has over here some hardening of the arteries. We know that he has a bad heart, and he's 89 years old. It would have been a really big operation to try and correct this with a conventional surgery. So Joe, what we decided to do is something much smaller, less invasive. Both of the procedures that I did for you, you went home the same day.
Yes.
No time in an ICU.
No time in the ICU.
Not terrible pain like a big surgery.
No.
A lot less risk.
It was a lot less risk.
Are you glad we did and chose this?
I am very happy that we did this. In fact, when we came over to talk to you about this, I'd already made my mind no major surgery.
Yeah.
And you were kind enough to say that you had already figured that out due to my age.
Well, you have other, we don't want to do harm. You're 89 years old. We know you have a bad heart. Our goal here is to get you better, more functional, less pain with the least risk.
Well, I think we've got it accomplished. And
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Well, I thank you so much for your expertise in this.
Well, it's an honor to get to take care of you. You're part of the great generation.
Well, great. I'm happy to be this old.
Yeah, we all hope to be. Thanks.